Hello students, in the previous presentation we had discussed structural induction and we have also seen a formal grammar for propositional logic. Now in this presentation we will be discussing interpretations. So welcome you all to this lecture. The contents of this lecture will be like, we will see what interpretation is, what a partial interpretation is, then we will see truth tables, we will learn about the Boolean operators, and finally we will see how we can do the interpretation for a set of formulas in propositional logic. So what is an interpretation? We have already seen the syntax of propositional logic. And we have seen that every logical system has got a defined syntax and semantics. Now, interpretations are used for defining the semantics or the meaning of formulas in propositional logic. So, the definition of interpretation is like, let A, an element of F, be a formula. Hope you remember that F is the set of all formulas in propositional logic. A is some formula in the propositional logic. So A is an element of F. And let PA be the set of atoms appearing in A. It is the set of atoms appearing in the formula A. So an interpretation for A, it is a total function that assigns one of the truth values, either true or false, to every atom in PA, every atom in the set PA. We will see an example. Suppose our formula is P and Q or R. Here, what will be the set of atoms that appears in the formula PA? PA will be the set P, Q and R. So PA, it is the set PQR. Now, an interpretation should assign one of the truth values to every atom in PA. So one interpretation will be assigning, say, truth value false to P, true to Q and true to R. So this is one interpretation. We may have many other interpretations also, like we can assign the truth value true to P, Q also will be assigned true, R also will be assigned true. That is a second interpretation. Okay, so one interpretation is assigning the value false to P, true to Q and true to R. And under this interpretation, we will see what the value of the formula is. Now, we will see the semantics of propositional logic. See, the semantics actually will tell us what the truth value of a formula A will be under interpretation, say IA. Okay, so it will tell us what will be the truth value of a formula which is formed by applying an operator to either an atom or two atoms. Okay, the basic formula. What will be the truth value of a basic formula, of a simple formula in propositional logic? So, when we consider a formula, the formula can be either an atom, or it can be negation of an atom, or it can be one of the operators, binary operators applied to two atoms. Okay, so if the formula A is an atom, if the formula A is an atom, then the truth value of the formula A will be the truth value that is assigned to A, that is assigned to the atom. Okay, the truth value that we assign to the atom under interpretation A. Okay, now if the formula is negation A, if the formula is negation A, the truth value of negation A will be true if the value that is assigned to A under interpretation I is false. That is, if A is false, negation A will be true. Same way, if A is having the truth value true, the formula negation A will be having the truth value false. Now we will see what will be the truth values when each of the binary operators are used. So if the formula is, say A1 or A2. A1 or A2 will be having a truth value false only if both A1 and A2 is false. In all other cases, A1 or A2 will be true. Now next is AND operator, conjunction operator. A1 and A2, the formula A1 and A2 will be having a truth value true only if the truth value of both A1 and A2 are true. In all other cases, the truth value of A1 and A2 will be false. Now, if the operator is implies, the truth value of A1 implies A2 will be false only under one interpretation. That is, we assign the truth value true to A1 and the truth value that is assigned to A2 is say false. Only in that case, A1 implies A2 will be false. In all other cases, the truth value of A1 implies A2 will be true. Now, the next operator is the NAND operator. NAND operator is actually the negation of AND operator. Okay, so NAND and AND is actually related. So it is just the reverse. So the truth value of A1 NAND A2 will be false only if both A1 and A2 are having a truth value false. In all other cases, the value of A1 NAND A2 will be true. Next operator is NOR operator. That again is the negation of disjunction or operator. Okay, so that also will be having a reverse effect. Like, see, the truth value of A1 NOR A2 will be true only in one case. That is, if A1 is getting a true value and A1 is getting a false value and A2 is also getting a false value, then A1 NOR A2 will be true. In all other cases, it will be false. Next operator is equivalence operator. Equivalence operator is like when both its operands are having the same value. That is either true or false. Then the value will be true. If the truth value of A1 is not equal to the truth value of A2, then the value of A1 equivalence A2 will be false. And finally, we have the XOR operator. The truth value of A1 XOR A2 will be true if the truth value of A1 is not equal to the truth value of A2. That is, if A1 is true and A2 is false, or if A1 is false and A2 is true. In that case, the truth value of A1 XOR A2 will be true. If both are having the same truth value, A1 XOR A2 will be false. Okay, so this is the semantics of propositional logic. We will see an example. Let the formula A be P implies Q equivalence, negation Q implies negation P. And we have an interpretation IA. See here, the set of atoms in the formula PA is the set P, Q. We have only two atoms, P and Q, right? So the set of atoms will be PQ. And the interpretation should assign a truth value to every atom in the set PA. So suppose the interpretation is that we consider is P assigned a false value and Q assigned a true value. If P is assigned a false value and Q is assigned a true value, P implies Q will be true, right? If P is false and Q is true, P implies Q will be true. What will be the value of negation Q? Since Q is true, negation Q will be false. And what will be the value of negation P? Negation P, the value will be true. So, what is the value of negation Q implies negation P? We have negation Q, the value is false. Negation P, the value is true. So, false implies true will be true, right? So, P implies Q is having a truth value true. Negation Q implies negation P is also having a truth value true. Since both are true, the equivalence operator checks both its operands. If both the operands are having the same value, A1 equivalence A2 will be true. That is, P implies Q equivalence, negation Q implies negation P will be true. So you can see that here. And see, P implies Q is having the truth value true, and negation Q implies negation P is having the truth value true. So the value of the formula will be true. So that is the example. So we have seen interpretation. Now the next is partial interpretation. What is partial interpretation? See, let A be a formula in propositional logic. So A is an element of F. Partial interpretation is defined as a partial function which assigns truth values, true or false, to some of the atoms in P. Please understand the difference. In interpretation, it was a total function which assigns truth value to every atom in PA. Whereas in partial interpretation, the truth value will be assigned to some of the atoms in PA. It is not necessary that we should assign a truth value to every atom in PA. Right? So let us take an example. Suppose the formula is P and Q. If the formula is P and Q, and suppose an interpretation assigns the truth value false to P. If the truth value false is assigned to P. So if P is false, whatever be the value of Q, the truth value of the formula P and Q will be false. So we are actually not bothered about what the value of Q is. So in such formulas, we actually can interpret the truth value of a formula given the truth value of some of the atoms in PA. In such case, we need only a partial interpretation. We may not need a complete interpretation. So that is partial interpretation. Okay, so now that we have seen interpretation and partial interpretation, we will move on to the next concept, which is the truth tables. See, we have seen what interpretations are, and once interpretations are assigned, we will be able to find the truth value of the formula. Okay, so actually truth tables are actually used to find the truth value of a formula under every possible interpretations. Okay, it gives the truth value of a formula under every possible interpretation. Okay, you all will be familiar with truth tables. You may be knowing how to draw truth tables for different formulas. But we will have a quick brush up of what truth tables are. So truth tables, it displays the semantics of a formula by showing its truth value for every possible interpretation of the formula. And this is the definition of truth table. See, a truth table, it is a table. The table will have at least n plus 1 columns. And it will have 2 raised to n rows, where n is the number of atoms in the formula. Okay, if the formula has got 2 atoms, then the truth table should have 2 raised to n rows. That is, it should have 4 rows. If the number of atoms is 2, number of interpretations possible will be 4. That is true, 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 false, false, true, and false, false. If the number of atoms is 3, the number of possible interpretations will be 2 raised to 3. That is true, 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 false, true, false, true, true, false, 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 true, true, etc. up to false, false, false. Right. So the number of rows in the truth table will be 2 raised to n, and the number of columns will be at least n plus 1. Okay. And the first n columns will map the atoms to one of the truth values, and the last column will give the truth value of the formula for each of the interpretations. So we will see an example. Let us see the truth table for the formula. Say P implies Q equivalence, negation Q implies negation P. See, this is the truth table. The number of atoms here is 2. So the number of rows will be 4. And each row will be one interpretation of the formula. Okay, so the first interpretation is assigning truth value true to P and Q. The next one is true value for P, false value for Q. And the next is false value for P, true value for Q. And the last one is assigning false values to P and Q. And under this interpretation, we find what the value of the formula P implies Q equivalence, negation Q implies negation P is. And here we have sub formulas. So we have included one column for each of the sub formulas. P implies Q is a sub formula. The value of P implies Q will be false only when P is true and Q is false. In all other cases, the value is true. So you can see that the negation P will be just the just not of P. Okay, so if P is true, it will be false. If P is false, it will be true. Same is the case of negation Q. Again, when we come to negation Q implies negation P, it will be false only when negation Q is true and negation P is false. In all other cases, it will be true. And now, when we look at the sub formulas the two operands of the equivalence operator, the two operands are P implies Q and negation Q implies negation P. We can see that the value of the two operands are the same. Since the values are the same, the truth value of P implies Q equivalence, negation Q implies negation P will be true in all the cases. Okay, so that is an example for truth table. Now this is just a table which defines the truth value and the meaning of each of the operators NAND, NOR, disjunction, XOR and implication. This we have already discussed, so we will skip this. And finally, we should also understand how to find the interpretation for a set of formulas. We have seen how to find the truth value of one formula. So if we have a set of formulas, how will we find the truth value, or how will we interpret a set of formulas? So let S be a set of formulas A1, A2, etc. And PS will be the set of all the atoms that appears in all the formulas. So PAI is the set of atoms appearing in the formula AI, and PS will be union of PAI for all values of I. So PS, it is a set of all atoms that appears in the formulas of S. So an interpretation for S, it will be a function which maps one of the truth values to every atoms in PS. And all the truth value interpretation, everything will be same as what we had discussed. We will see an example. So let our S be the set, say P implies Q, P, Q and R, P or S implies, equivalence S and Q. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 formulas, right? So here PS will be the set of all atoms that appears in all the formulas. So that will be P, Q, R, S. We have 4 atoms appearing in all the formulas, right? In the set of all formulas. So that will be P, Q, R, S will be our set PS. Interpretation should assign one of the truth value to every atom in PS. So let the interpretation be like the truth value true is assigned to P, the truth value false is assigned to Q, R is assigned the truth value true, S is also assigned the truth value true. Okay, if that is the case, we will see what will be the truth value for every formula in the set S. The first formula is P implies Q. See here, the truth value of P is true and the truth value of Q is false. So the truth value of P implies Q will be false. And next formula is just an atom P. So that will be, the truth value will be the value that is assigned to P, that is true. The next formula is Q and R. Q and R, the Q is assigned the value false. So Q and R will be definitely false. So you can see that here. And finally, the last formula is P or S equivalence S and Q. P or S is having the truth value true. S and Q is having the value false. So equivalence operator will return the value false. So this is how you interpret a set of formulas, or we find the truth values for a set of formulas. So that was on interpretations. And now so in this lecture we had discussed interpretations. We have also seen what partial interpretation is. We now know the meaning of each of the Boolean operators in propositional logic, and we also know how to find the truth value of a formula using truth table. Thank you.